Banjarangar Padma Sadarda Ahom 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 Banjarangar Padma Sadarda ahum Banjarangara Padma Sadardo 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 ahum Banjarangara Padma सदर्द ahum banjarangara padma sadarda 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 ahum banjarangara padma sadardo 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 ahum Banjarangar Padma Sadarda 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 ahum banjarangara padma sadardo 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 ahum banjarangara padma sadardo. 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 Ahum Banzaranger Padma Sadardo 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 Banjarangara Padma Sadardo Ahum 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 Banjarangara Padma Sadardo
Om Sambara Sambara Baman Saramaha Zambaba Hum Balazoha Om Sambara Sambara Baman Saramaha Zambaba Hum Balazoha Om Sambara Sambara Baman Saramaha Zambaba Hum Balazoha Nam Ram Janan Jashim Shirji Jana Jibaya Saji Jud Gimdan Barba So Kanlab Sham Sadab Darjab Jashi Shurdan Mi Jalab Salaftan and Dunjurgon Shamba Jan Walla Geta Walla Tamba Kanla Gomba Jachir Tarpa Janan Hambur Taram Parazalata Wallatana Simjan Tamjan Largon Jagab Walla Yetam and Zalapa Saraba Jagwadatim Sansaman Tubim Jashi Walimira Devara Shagba Yalla Shamsaladom Jan Walajan Wardan Durjim Zanab Sheris Wangumbu Shambu Wala Saye Nyambo Japan Beresada Namki Nyambo Paramchava Kandab Zan Apala Durji Parkara La Shantan Orwa Dawa Radjanya Mayeb Sham Sanan Lagnamam Jashi Waligim Chov Shanchibu Senwa Yalla Sham Zalalorin Chena Digam Jashi Sirgeniam dom zhong wam zang ye long ga ma la nian zhe ge dong dong pen zuo hua le bi men ne bu ye lam san wang jie ren ko lo de ren chen nan da gam chong ye je sheng zan nan jan nam shou de ye ra wa chu jiang ji jie de ma ge su ngo Jashilam Jalab Sham Salalo Samba Chimbu Dim John Tin Midava Murton Danda Jalapu Yelam Kuru Tom Party Botan Lawan Mumab Zanam Tushid Tarzim Korlo Tanchashala Tam Donton Durji Janaba Waraj Churtin Jemtanam Zanan Sasamanis Galag Tashi Pieden Jitin Joab Jalab Sham Salalo Dagchagamdar Shawa Zumba Lab Gagatani Var Seva Kanjanem Dotun Walimpin Samdun Yepjan and Jab Jashib Deler Pensam Sober Shanakanda Hame Yobjan Chero Mohajan and Chajal Zinab so cheap Janavi Mulam lives Joey Kanam Zam Chula Burton J Zerje Namora Najaya Namo Banga Watim Bandar Sarada Mardana Tatangata Arahate Samyak Sambadaya Tariata Banjir Maham Banjir Mahatin Banjir Mahabiam Banjir Mahaputa Banjir Mahaputa Mantropa Sanderman Banjir Saravakarma Warana Bishudana Banjir Suhana Morana Jaya Namo Banga Watim Bandar Sarada Mardana Tatangata Arahate Samyak Sambadaya Tariata Banjir Maham Banjir Mahatin Banjir Mahabiam Banjir Mahaputa Banjir Mahaputa Mantropa Sanderman Banjir Saravakarma Warana Bishudana Banjir Suhana Morana Jaya Namo Banga Watim Bandar Sarada Mardana Tatangata Arahate Samyak Sambadaya Tariata Banjir Agwarana Bishudana Banjir Malisim Janagananja Gonanjaraja Dalade Homji Mabzadan Jum Zadalha Ngunamamali Chibjanam Tienanjarapa Chumadanam Kurji Nindar Shelzul Datam Dola Tim Sim Shir Yella Jazam Charam Tayin Chidam Chulaba Dagab Jedaba Techadam Chumadan Jezal Zulun Bagban Jam Holajan Kirbala Sham Chanyada Satakab Shakti Jitinana Tisama Shakba Maya Sangikan Daki Manete Tagatamjadada Litang Yada Tami Shabjo Zambu Shulpa Mulamatop Tagaki Yarva Tamjada Yake Monsamanda Janga Dalanya Lira Bantarpai Yarva Kana Raptab Shamsalado Durchitana Durnyala Sardinama Sardi Winam Jipataga Tetere Chujaya Nama Maliba Tamchada Yarva Taki Kambaramo Tetagam Yapa Mazala Jamto Nama Yanji Yan Lagajam Sudakanji Jalava Kanji Yundana Rabjuda Jam Devara Shakpa Tamchada Daki Tud Metoka Tamban Chawa Tambatan Salanyana Namdam Shipa Dim Chogota Marmim Chota Dipu Tambaye Jarvate Tagalanam Chuprabja Nabza Tamba Namtanjam Chotam Shima Paramara Rabanyambata Kodapa Chalaparam Pakapam Chokananji Jarvate Tagalanam Chuprabja Cholapa Kanam Blemila Jacheva Tita Jarva Tamchalalayamu Shola Talaputo Taki, Jarva Kanab Sham Salam Chopurja, Dochaga Zerdan Temir Wangina, Litanya Tantip Jana Yetija, Big Bab the 삼칠업 덕기 소스럽시가 쇼지 자르바 근단 상지지 랑지의 남담 럽담 럽담 조에 근진 손나만 강라양 대다가 근지지 섭다가여라 강남의 쇼짐 지티는 준만남의 션지브름브르 상지 마차갑니 곰보 대다가 덕기 탐자다다 코르롭 나나 미르밤 코르브르 벨름 양안한다 또나 감절라 대다가람 조아 간나 밤장 비법실 가르파 장거 들음니럽지 para양 덕김 달모랍 지럽 소르브르지 샴사다바탄 추점 샤바탄 지스예 람 걸장 소르바이 대와 정자랍 덕기 접사가바 탐처럼 덕김 샴첩 시럽고 샴전압지 버선지 좀 단디 탐처럼 삽절라 니법 샴첩 생화 생화 침보남 라마 돌짐 점바 침보남 다글라르 공서 솔로 샴첩 냠부름 지지와르 선지 남라 접슴치 추담 샴첩 생화여 솔라 안티브즈나 접슴치 냠부름 지지와르 선지 남라 접슴치 추담 샴첩 생화여 솔라 안티브즈나 접슴치 샴첩 냠부름 지지와르 선지 남라 접슴치 추담 샴첩 생화여 솔라 안티브즈나 접슴치 저터 혼집 대저짐 샹치바티는 제바당 샹치바생 나팔라 대타가름 전하니 바터 딥즈는 졸라 판둔득 샹치바심는 제저정 딥즈는 던남 나팔라 렘밥전다 바퍼르지 저터랑 혼집 대저짐 샹치바티는 제바당 샹치바생 나팔라 대타가름 전하니 바터 Devjanan rola pandunda, Shanchibasim nam Jebjajam, Devjanan tanam lapala, Rambab Janda Laparavja, Chatarangunje, Deshagaji, Shanchibeti nam Jerpata. Same cream lapala, Tetagaram Janani Batar, Devjanan rola pandunda, Shanchibasim nam Jebjajam, Devjanan tanam lapala, Rambab Jandam Lava Paravja. Dandi Daksim Jiva Yudame Tadapala Paratova Teran Sarji Researchi Sarji Tresa Tajarato Tanab Dakin Chane Jari Tam Tambole Samante Jumalam Samburim Dala Yakparam Manjara Tetrapsha Lamim Shaktar Pampoli Chitrin Chinanyal Batar Devjana Jaji Tartine Shanchabu Simnab Daglashi Daki Teram Churpa Tamchada Jeff Shangaram Do Abdeshagan Yadatan Warta Belan Jundu Uzananji Hatan Haman Lasoagavaraji Shanchabu Sim Choram Buchi Marchi Panamachi Jerachi Stipanyamba Mepara Yang Goni Gondan Peversho Shanchibusim Dam Darajam Shanchibishun Labzarvata Namji Yomzon Jam Dake de Namapavarasho Shanchibusim Namji Num Rutuna Tila Gondrivisho Gomboina Gargomba Simchana Namla Antim Jurasho Simchana Tamchala Deta Dankiraji Andrew Tamchala Tata Tovarasho Shanchibusim Kanta Sarvjigapa Teta Kanji Molam Japarasho Oma Honja Dejin Barava Wanga Bobjanda Deton Zuzuru Toba Yeshirka Machadev Denaba Miram Jani Durjania Mana Wachimbuan Churkana Wantai Durjijum Jitin Wamsi Tiji Chazi Palama Jerabum Kundinga Wam Jere Natadana Wanchin Hiraka Sawa Yeshi Banzara Dim Sondo Jerpov de Chenedir Mali Jirgi Elam Togrip Shitiman Chotam Jade Wamsi de Tonkar Wamzala Durji Wawandaki Toa Nantom Yamba Chimbunga Yarat Durji Kai Karchi Chasamayo Gamera Sungab Jadi Kamsamang Wazara Marpon Kundi on La Chabataji Tamchado Shanda Perepsi Durji Chaba Chimbuti China Nani Hudrum Durkim Chokodoja Durji Chaka Chimbu Natala Deva Chimburdum Shirepa Tai Yam the Javaro Karachan and Tarji Conwebshi Websham Zigapa Ramjam Sasama Wangal had so like peace and the Shinjiro Chotan and Odrum the game Quantata told me the one dip should boom solo ma Honsha de Chin Baraba Wanga Bob John the Deton Sosur Top Yeshirka Amiram Jenny Durgenia Mana Chimbohal Churkana one day Durji Chum Jitin Wamshi Hiji Chazi but my dear boom Kunding I want getting not just no once in Herek Sama Yeshi Bandrawara Dem Chandor Bajer Put the Chinete Manager Gim Torip Shidama Chotan of Shadi Wamshi Detonkar once the Durji Daki so an Anton Yamba Chimbung Anyanata Durji Kai Kartita Samayo Gamadasum Gibjeti Kansum was the Matpon Kundi like Chapataji Tamchale Shanda Perapshi Durji Chapa Chimbuti China Naningo Drum Durgim Chotoja Durji Chaka Chimbu and not to the Deva Chimbu. Be Zurman Dips of Shinjilo, Chotan and Odrum, the game Quantata, told me the one Dips at Bungu, Soloma, Horsha, Bechin, Barava, Wanga, Bob John, the Tonso Topa, Yeshirka, Nacha Dip, then Pamiram, Jani, Durgenia Mana, Chimbohan, Chukana, one Tai, Durji Chum, Jitin, one city, Chazi, Palamadir Bone, Kondinga, one did not just no once in Herek, Sama Yeshim, Bandrawara, Dem Chandor Pajarpo, Deshinate, Mani. Jirgi, Tori, Chedema, Chotan of Shadi, Wamshi, Detonker, Wamsa Durji, Wandaki, so Antom Yamba Chimbo, Anyanata, Durji, Kartita, Samayo, Gamalasum Gabjaji, Kamsum, was there a Marapon Kundi, like Chabataji, Tom Chalosha, the Persian, Durji Chaban, Chimbuti Jin. Durji Chaban Chimbu, not to the Deva Chimbudum Shinaban, Tayam Dava, Karajan, and Durji Goma Shiva, Jim Ramjam Sasama Wangala Zola, Gibi Zurman Dips of Shinjilo, Chotan and Udrum, Durgim Quantata, told me the one the ship, Organa, Yergin, of Shansam, Pama Kesara, Dombola, Yamson, Choka, Nudrevni, Padman, Johnny, Jesus, Chakam Kortam, Kandu, Mambo, Koran, Cherichi, Jesus, Dr. Jeep, Shinji, Love Shire, Shaks, Gare Padma Sada Hoy Chalapangaram Samjata Traparim Jin Chimbab Jada Shansamani Jadata Direction and Babjala Sol Survan Dips of Shinji Lobishana Sami Vacha Sul Sambai Jindabada Chodan Tanamo Josula Chalapangaram Samjalatam Traparim Jin Chimbab Jada Shansamani Jada Direction and Babjala Zola Survan Dips of Shinji Lobishana Sami Vacha Sul Sambai Jindabad Chalapangaram Samjatam, Japarin Chimbo Jetta Shansam Nimu, Jetta, Dipshin Babjal Hatson, Survan Dips of Shinjilo, Vishana Sami, Varcha Sulu, Samba Yipshin, the Padam, Chodan Tanamo, Druzula, Chalapangaram Samjata, Japarin Chimbo Jetta Shansam Nimu, Jetta, Dipshin Babjal Hatson, Survan Dips of Shinjilo, Vishana Sami, Varcha Sulu, Samba Yipshin, the Padam, Chodan Tanamo, Druzula, Chalapangaram Samjata, Japarin Chimbo Jetta Shansam Nimu, Jetta, Dipshin Babjal Hatson. Survan Dips of Shinjilo, Vishana Sami, Varcha Sulu, Samba Yipshin, the Bad, Chodan Tamo, Druzula, Chalapangaram Samjatam, Japarin Chimbo Jetta Shansam Nimu, Jetta, Dipshin Babjal Hatsolam, Survan Dips of Shinjilo, Vishana Sami, Varcha Samba Yipshin, the Badam, Chodan Tamo, Druzula, Chalapangaram Samjata, Japarin Chimbo Jetta Shansam Nimu, Jetta, Dipshin Babjal Hatsolam, Survan Dips of Shinjilo, Vishana Sami, Varcha Samba Yipshin, the Badam, Chodan Tamo, Druzula, Chalapangaram Samjatam, Japarin Chimbo Jetta Shansam Nimu, Jetta, Hatsolam, Survan Dips of Shinjilo, Vishana Sami, Varcha Samba Yipshin, the Bada, Chodan Tamo, Driver Solam, Chenam, Torch, Survan Tapan Team, Dagzorgan, Nibus of Shavas, Nata, Galapon, Tapso, the Javata, Chutam, Jashim, Pirver, Zalata, Solo. chỉ mi là tông bà nhớ là tông tim trong gờ nào gờ mi là giống chỉ mi thật ram đàn nam kharm chút chân chém chu quê đến trên sông trời bà nhớ ta vợ tông tôn ban sông mi là sao cha sông kia nước ser chém độc chân nam san đau quê là đàn chú cuộc sum sun lu dur ji chỉ là trốn dẹp sẽ gây sắc nôn sẽ gia đặc chẳng sang sẽ gây nó nhảm sẽ gặp đợt xin hôm zela nam ser chỉ tơ zấp chỉ là quan bara Yeshi wala zar javi kwagyan chab Niwa jib jada niftanam chachigin sogo Pagan sogo jam sum kurji yom kurjan Jamba zamji chajim tam nili Nam chulab dewan chakwa kwala tuluwa Chab ganam dipub dagnil chimbur sala Nyanji chimbu Sodana nimi jam Zoni molam chimbu ngabjatab Parkara taram ngag Sam tu shirmar dagoi tumba teji janam shigam salalo dagjana goxama get solom shulim ji kanam zam chulp chanda mene bala togmala neb sagdi tomali ba nyanim julpa jagpo sosurum shag Pagata soso chi vorge vana tiksam sagla jins yerango zabja jache chujim kurlo salam shogchar jenam chal par korta sol chona nam kartavi yeshir ka tiksam bumjir me par jigmola che dashi nam ngora chen ji salatun ja zerka tagta nawaram zudam daki tiksam sagpa git sojim kachab Roa kanla bhandalat Chuji jalabu tagpara nipshila jan Chuji jalava kwam phang thupara shog Dagchaga nimim roam gumila naman Tiji lagpara zomba pajanade Janda dem dararin chana nam samanja Nawa chirnyala chijin channinyal Teshara cham chaga somila chipara Yil chi tabir nyanik soran debana Ngonje tamja Chin bu mam nyal var Shang chaba vartan Tiji jim zanam zadam Sanam jad bada Zalip chanji Ston birk le yashij Wazrana zogba Nawa chimbo Dagdang simchana Thamchala Japa thamchala Salab jam Tagba chimbo Lamje yondan Salab janda Chidi Sharmar togba Sanam bar Samlam Lama Tumba chumdan di tebjana shagbada chumbayan tagpara zogpa sanjin kwardiram shagjan dabbalam shagim zal chutu chapsam chawam lam Tumba chumdan di tebjana shagbada chumbayan tagpara zogpa sanjin kwardiram shagjan dabbalam shagim zalom chutu chapsam chawam lam Tumba chumdan di tebjana shagbada chumbayan tagpara zogpa sanjin kwardiram shagjan dabbalam shagim zalom chutu chapsam chawam lam Tumba chumdan di tebjana shagbada chumbayan tagpara zogpa sanjin kwardiram shagjan dabbalam shagim zalom chutu chapsam chawam lam Tumba chumdan di tebjana shagbada chumbayan tagpara zogpa sanjin kwardiram shagjan dabbalam shagim zalom chutu chapsam chawam Tumba chumdan di tebjana shagbada chumbayan tagpara zogpa sanjin kwardiram shagjan dabbalam shagim zalom chutu chapsam chawam lam Tumba chumdan di tebjana shagbada chumbayan tagpara zogpa sanjin kwardiram shagjan dabbalam shagim zalom chutu chapsam chawam Taliyataw mani mani mahamanay zo 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 ha mani mani mahamanay zo 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 Mani mani mahamana zo mani mani mahamana zo mani mani mahamana zo ha devara shagpa chirka chandra dam kurta gatsi tsata jankamanta chirjim sam chagab zambu chandra wa tendram konaram takso jirvara sho nami sarvata thangata bayo bakum kambi sarvata kangate saparana aman gangana kansu hai jen dotan kandrav damlam thawachi risam bami jem jada sanchana jala norvav dam dal kwadur ponyaram chin solam choto samdon handravanzo jem dotan kandrav damlam thawachi risam bami jem jada sanchana jala norvav dam dal kwadur ponyaram chin solam choto samdon handravanzo jem dotan kandrav damlam thawachi risam bami jem jada sanchana jala norvav dam dal kwadur ponyaram chin solam choto samdon handravanzo Kandab Samo Yeshi Rubazala, Yanti Jalamo Ekanza Jama, Yeshi Lidam Jitin Mamoto, Solam Chotum Churmim Chanlim Zud, Hoen Kandab Samo Yeshi Rubazala, Yanti Jalamo Ekanza Jama. Solam Chotum Churmim Chanlim Zud, Hoen Kandab Samo Yeshi Rubazala, Yanti Jalamo Ekanza Jama, Yeshi Lidam Jitin Mamoto, Solam Chotum Churmim Chanlim Zud. Trong trong chim ji chim bura la jabanam jira domam chajada zata je kara jagpa dip jila chim solam chatam chalmim chanim zud she trong trong chim ji chim bura la jabanam jira domam chajada zata je kara jagpa dip jila chim solam chatam chalmim chanim zud she trong trong chim ji chim bura la jabanam jira domam chajada zata je kara jagpa dip jila chim solam chatam chalmim chanim zud Damjana Chewa Chimbu Tilim San, Jede Tamam Zangam Pony Tsok, Kapchela Samja Tigi Tsok Dam Jim, Solom Chotum Churim Chanim Zod, Hon Damjana Chewa Chimbu Tilim San, Jede Tamam Zangam Pony Tsok, Kapchela Samja Tigi Tsok Dam Jim, Solom Chotum Churim Chanim Zod, Hon Damjana Chewa Chimbu Tilim San, Jede Tamam Zangam Pony Tsok, Kapchela Samja Tigi Tsok Dam Jim, Solom Chotum Churim Chanim Zod. Pama Honga, Quanyanam Tawachi, Chipzana Japa Jelbo, Yali, where is a Marpo, Kakurab Japan, Jim, Solam Chotam, Jeremim, Chanim, Shapama Honga, Quanyanam Tawachi, Chipzana Japa Jelbo, Yali, where is a Marpo. Solam Chotum Jeremim, Chanim, Shapama Honga, Quanyanam Tawachi, Chipzana Japa Jelbo, Yali, where is a Marpo, Kakurab Japan, Jim, Solam Chotum, Jeremim, Chanim, Kashi Yella, Jamba, Samji Jam, Dodapan, Ottawa, Tevaran, Zadpay, Churchon, Yevjanam, Norva, Chelanam, Jim, Dagam, Samtuna Mali, Niram, Javim, Am Korndi, Chukan, Katari, Panga, Radam, Amgar, Yeshi, Olangi, Long, Wardanan, Jambu, Durjila, Namba, Kepchi, Yevjanam, Norvanyad, Karaksalam, Zimzam, Banja, Daya, Chin, Jumched, Shagir, Lerwamanam. Javni, Kedajon, Olazaram, Midam, Cho, Arana, Tagabajand, Lamir, Nichin, Revo, Sterni, Jankama, Sanjama, Quality, Egyptian, Yedalashman, Jimmy, the Panzo, Jabla, Solorava, Dever, go and get there, serni jang kama san jam hualen tie tie shan leb ye de la jman je me de pan zo jabala solorwa dever gon yeder to bain povar pshenen ye globa ani chinere wo sterni jang kama san jama hualai de yeb shan leb yeda la jman je me de ban zoi jabala solorwa dever gon yeder to bain povar pshenen jelobam taranam lam olangi thiler cherang pshawani janya wintam Jalkan yeshi jimdim lamada Kalawam nyambum shinlab tobu parasam Cheva canta yantam lama tam jammed chuj walla lom shid cha sada lam je yondan rabzone durjim changa gomba nir thovu shoy chamdan dim gombam jam halayal shagam zalalo kang lob jujum ni chen jaran yahtaranam tarab sadavi Jamnya da dungan jab jam zib shirin yil je de kar lawam zan kan ta jab sarar mare mam tanab de ala ji zarawa jot so kan la ba chim taraf si yalla chi chi ayan dan som de tar che jogam nyam nya thon le je jog jog jom zada ja Mariam sada dunga da nyakam cham nyala chom zada ra nam donne tak chang sab chim thar suna yondan le zog jati thoshka Chathagam jadam chani janchi daglo mam salam jam khola ayala da umara batana 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 da zedanan keljim keraba wala zarajim daglo tam mambar absalani kadam tam chu jonle tobayem lojur pop nawa kerada solo
Before the actual class, I would like to first make a few announcements. Rather, it's my nagging than announcements.
第一个事情呢，就是说我们不管是哪一个部门、哪一个发行人员
First off is that
希望大家
whatever department you're in,
应该
whatever position you hold in
第
the
一方面
Sangha,
是跟这
on
个
one
诸位的
hand,
道
I
友
think it's quite
要
important
好好的
to blend with
和睦
everyone,
相处
to have good interpersonal relationship with everyone,
不是口头上，应该
not
实际
just
行动
on
当中，
words, rather
也
it's
不
your
要
actions.
挑拨离间啊，
And,
不管
do
是居
not
士也好，出家人也好。
create disharmony within the Sangha, let you be lay practitioner or monastic. It should be then completely and wholeheartedly creating a harmonious relationship with each other, because we're a Vajra Sangha. We are not like a worldly
和和团结。
wife and husband or any kind of worldly
应该就
relationships.
是我们有些人
Therefore,
是可能
in
有某个事情呢，就是因为各自的
in
观
the
点不同也好，有一些
working
派别也
together
好，
in the
但
Sangha,
是某个发行道友
sometimes
跟另外
maybe
一个
it
发
is
行道友
because
呢
of your different
从来
opinion,
的呢，就比如
maybe
说我
it
们
is
对
because of
什么
something else.
其他的这个出版社也
If
好，
you
这
were
个
to
企业
have
也好，学校也好。 对接的过程当中呢，经常
opinions
这个因为
towards each
两个
other.
人的观点和思维方式不同，互相也不
In
沟
fact,
通
when
所
it
以很多
comes
方面
to
呢，分数比较
publishing,
大。
when it comes
就以
to
后呢，就是希望
organization
尤
and
其
so on,
是这
if you
个
do not
尼宗
cooperate
金刚道
together
友的话呢，
within
这
the
个实验
Sangha,
是什么样，大家应该清楚。不
it
是我
could
们这
create
个所
lots
造成
of
损失和
difficulties,
别人的这种
both
看法，
financial
别人
and
这个
difficulties
很多人
coming
也是
from
聪
others
明
or
的，
different
应该
view
看
from
出来，
others.
就是哪个人是
In fact,
什么
people
样的，哪个人的说法，他们
are
他
very
们之间是
smart.
什么样的，可能我们自己不知道，
If
别人
you
都
are
知道。
just
所以这
saying
个事
something,
情
but
呢
you feel
一定
something
要注
else,
意啊，就是
other
发
people
心
could
人
tell
呢
it as
要
well.
这个和睦相
So
处。然后
people who
发心
hold
过程当中
position
呢
to
要
volunteer
那
in
个
positions in
尽心
Sangha,
尽
you
力
should
最
then
好有进步啊，就什么事情都
you should then
比如
try
说我
your
们这
best
个
to
做任
hold
何
good
事嘛，
relationship
就
with
不
one
要
another.
就
The second
一直
thing
是
is
在
that
一种状态当中，甚
volunteers
至越来越
who
这个后退，应该
volunteers
有
who
一
hold
点进步，
positions, you
不
should
管
then
是
make
技术方面
progress.
也好，文
It
思
could
方
be
面也好，
progress in terms
最
of
好是
your
自己衡
own
量自己，
trade.
就
It
2
could
年
be
前、1年前自己有没有
progress
进
in
步。
terms of
包括我
your
们各部门
listening,
的这个
contemplation, and
做饭啊
practice.
就是有时候
And
呢
I have to point
也
out
当然我们这
the
个发行人
cooks
员
over
很辛苦，
here.
就
I
确实
know
很
that you
辛
work
苦。
very
这
hard.
个他们也是这个中口难调，就是每
I
个人
know
的
that
要求
everyone
啊
has，
特别有些人是
different
特别
taste,
挑剔的，这些人是很难满足的。
different
但是我们有些
preferences,
是并不是主
and
观
very
上的，客
different,
观上
very
呢，
difficult to
还是存在一些就是好像比
fulfill
较隐
everyone's
乎啊，就是
wishes.
这样的话呢也
But
不太好。我以前
sometimes
也
it's
是在
not really
说过，
only
就是我们
subjective,
这
it is
个
objective
各个
as
部
well.
门的这个一些发行人员的
As
话
I
呢，
stated
一方面呢
earlier,
就是可能， 比如
I
说我们
think
这个
volunteers
像
in
学院
different
呢，这样的
positions,
话呢，有
such
些大
as
众的那
in
个
Langar,
就是食品食物的话呢，
when
应
it
该
comes
要
cooking food
适合
for
当地的，
others,
那么这
I
当地的一些
think
口味，这个可以
you
学
should
习，
try
要
your best
学一下，这并
to
不是比
fulfill the
像包
majority
信人一样
of
的，就光明
people's
赞那样那么深啊
taste.
应该像我的话呢，就是学
Even
一
if you
点也
can't, at least
是可以的。
you
我最
can
近也是
learn.
学一些传统的这个藏族的这个
It is not
一
as
些
difficult as
就是
with our Tantra
做一
Shastra.
些什么蘑菇汤啊，就是这些方
I
面我再学
also
一些。但我
watched
自己觉得
other
是，不过我自
things.
己
In
做
fact,
的
I
就
also
是
expanded
我
my
昨天
own
晚上做了一个
field
汤，就是
of
很好喝。然后今天早晨就是做了一
learning,
个，就结果
such
不太
as
好喝，
cooking
所
mushroom
以
soup.
我对
Last
自
night I
己的
made
这
a
种
soup
这个手
and
艺
it
呢，也
tastes
有时候
really
参差
good.
怀疑。
And this morning when I made
但
the
不
soup,
管
it
怎么样，
didn't
我
taste
们还
as
是在
good.
学，对
So
吧？就有
sometimes
些是没
I
有
doubt
进步
my
的，
own
反而
cooking
好
as
像
well,
越来
my
越
own
越差，这
trade
样
as
不太
well.
好。就是我希望
Anyhow,
以前
my
也是
hope
说
to
过一
you
些，就
is
是
to continue to learn, to advance your own skills as well as your study, contemplation, and practice. And the third thing is, in terms of our own actions, your own behavior, your demeanor, it should fit into the local culture, including religious as well as habits. Do not try to stand out in every aspect of life and not blending in with anyone at all. So sometimes, even if you do not evaluate yourself, other people will. And if everyone feels bad about you, then it will create unnecessary difficulty to you. The fourth aspect, the fourth thing I would like to address is that in our daily life, during our studying, contemplation, and practice, and in our current period of life, which is the best time to study, I really want to ask you to try your best to be diligent and do not waste your time in laziness. In terms of your daily schedule, your class attendance, there are people who just come here for a short period of time. And if you come here for a very short period of time, even if you come here for a week, a month or so, then if there's some opportunity for you to study, some opportunity of classes to attend, then why don't you go and attend those classes to learn something while you're still there? Well, there's such opportunity. I think this is quite important. Even if you have a month or two, I'm sure there are Dharma masters who would allow you to just temporarily join the class for a month or two. If you just come here for eating and for traveling and so on, this is really not valuable. It's not meaningful. If you travel to some places, if you travel to some centers, even only for a week or 10 days, for business or for pleasure, you should visit the centers and try to study and attend classes as much as possible. Even if you can attend 10 classes, then 5 classes. So try your best to utilize all the opportunities to study. And I really think that our Dharma masters would allow such situations and give you permissions as well. In fact, I had other things. That is, there was a Khenpo, senior Khenpo. His name is Sasang. He's a senior Khenpo, and he passed away today. He made a great contribution to our academy in Larangar. I think lots of the young people probably don't know, but he was an old Khenpo who followed Phuntsok Rinpoche for 20 years and made great contribution, who is also a very wonderful practitioner. I was telling another Khenpo who was my friend, saying that he was the last senior Khenpo that was still with us from Phuntsok Rinpoche's time, and now he passed away. So all the old Khenpos, the senior Khenpos, all passed away. So now it's really only the second, third, fourth generation of the Khenpos. So it seems that we're really lining up to to meet the impermanence of death, line by line, one by one, generation by generation. On one hand, I am very much aware of it. On the other, I am very much contemplating upon impermanence. I think many people probably would feel that I probably would stay in this world for a long time, so probably be alive for a long period of time. But you never know, because there are different kinds of sickness, such as cancer in stage 4. Time doesn't wait. Also, commute. The different methods of commute could cause very sudden death, such as when you were still sleeping in a car, but you could never really open up your eyes anymore. So from the inner or outer causes, we should be aware that impermanence is never too far away from us. I don't really want all of us to chant and dedicate merit to each one who dies, but at least to this senior Khenpo who served this Sangha for 20 years, we should then chant money for him.
Chirtir namka kansong wa amchapshir nyewer kuba meda tevshin senjin tamchila ninda nyewer kuba meda chirtir jikten tamchita namka lana tiejanj tevshin dimashi yang la tevshin dimashi yang la wongbor namna tiejanj chirtir namka mei mer namgi ngonchit namyang tsikba meda tevshin donan chiwa dang nawa Argabe Mima Tsu, Sana Chila Chirlong La, Lona Namka, La Raptor Name, Kana London Chitagla, Sai Kamla Nima Yen, Devjin Pongbo Kam Namda, Devjin Pongbo Kawan Nam, Ledan Yomon Taglani, Ledan Yomon Tsirjin Man, Ilabshi Per Tagdan, Tsirjin Maya Yevshidna, Semgi Tagba Ravni, Semgi Ramjin Churnam, Tamjilayan Neba Meda, Sadang Java Pongbo Dang, Kimjin Kanam Shibrasha, Chekam Dangja Lijin Ji, Ledan Yomon Shisharte, Tsirjin Mayan Yevshin, Longo Kam Dang Javarta, Ranjin Namki Kamjin de, Ranjin Namki Kamjin de, Devjin, Neman, Nepa Med, Tsirjin Mayan Yevshin, Semgi Ranjin Lane de, Tsirjin Mayan Yevshiki, Ledan Yomon Raptorshi, Ledan Yomon Chelena, Pombo Kimchit Kanam Jong, Chirtan Jidon Chakpatar, Kedan Jibran Jervayan, Semgi Ranjin Namka Ye, Kamtar Jemeter, Kienmeter, Jedan Kimete, Tsoba Mechan, Kievadan, Jigba Ne, Jigba, Jigdan Nelagan Yotma Yin. 接下来我们讲那个
So we'll continue
宝
with
训
the
论
Uttara
就
Tantra
是这个
Shastra.
宝训论呢，现在第一品当中讲
We
如来藏
are
品，
in the first
如来
chapter.
藏品当中
We're
呢，
we are studying the
前
first
面已
chapter.
经
It talks about
讲
the
了
Buddha
讲
nature.
了什么？
Previously,
中
we've
共有四
already
个法来就是讲如来藏。其
talked
中呢
about the
就是
outline,
第
which talks about the
从
10
课本
ways
上讲
to
第六个法已
describe
经讲完了，
the
从意义
Buddha
上讲应
nature.
该前面
We've
的
already studied
讲
the
了大概
previous
是
6.
多少应该也是
本体和什么这个因啊、果和
the
作用啊，这
essence
些一起
and
讲
the
的。这
cause,
样
the
的话，
fruition, the
就
function,
今
and
天
so
开始
on.
讲那个第7个，就是恒
So
时不变。
today we're
那
going
么
to
恒时
talk
不
about
变
the
呢，
seventh.
就
The
讲它
seventh
的分
is
文和光速，
changelessness.
就是昨天
So in terms
恒时
of
不变。
changelessness,
上一节课呢，
it has
就是
the
恒时不变的这
expansive
个
or
这个
extensive
它的
explanation
这
as
个
well as the
道理就是已经
detailed
讲了。然后下
explanation.
面呢就是进行
Previously,
光说啊。
we've talked
那么
about
进行光说的话
the
呢，
reason, and now we're
其
going
实前
to
面讲的
talk
这个3种
about
分位吧，
the
就是凡夫
extensive
和菩萨和
explanation.
父啊，就是因为障碍的不同呢，就是不亲近这个分位的。
Previously, we talked about
这个
the
凡夫人的时候呢，就是
differences
如来藏
and
是不变的。
similarities between the
然后这
mundane
个不亲
beings
近有亲近
and
的这
the
个分位，也
bodhisattvas
就是说
and the
菩萨
Buddhas.
这个阶段的时候的如来藏
Also,
呢，
the
也是
the
这个不变
impure,
的道
the
理。
impure
到最
pure
后呢，
and
就是极
the
为亲
pure
近的这个分位，
state.
也就是说佛的这个阶段的时候呢，就是不变之道理，如来藏不变之道理。
And then
下
it
面我
talks
们
about
讲这
the
3个道理，这3个道理呢，就
changelessness
是讲的
of
比较广
Tathagata
啊，就是。然后首先呢，就是这个凡夫的位
first of
啊，
all,
就在我们这个凡夫位的时
during
候呢，
the
如来藏
stage of
其实
being a
它是
mundane
从来没有
being,
变
being
化
a
过的。
impure
就这个
being.
道理
In fact, the
分两
Buddha
个方
nature
面，
had
就是
never
一个是
changed
入这个
either.
虚空，
So
这个一
from
般
this
是不
aspect,
变的道理。
how
还有
so?
呢，就是
And
借助它的
over
这
here
个
it
差
talks
别
about
啊，
it
就
from
借
these
助它
two
的差别，
aspects.
分两个方面。
First one is the
首先，
explanation, the essence
像
is
这个
undefiled and free
就
from
用这个虚空
extremes.
来比喻，
And
这个如来
then
藏
the
呢就是
we,
不会变
the way
啊，就这个道理呢，
essence
有
is
约
free
束
from
和光
arising
束
and
和
the
还有这个
ceasing.
色意。今天可能我们讲到
And
这个约束和光束那
its
个啊，
purity
就
is
然后
not
色
touched
意
by
呢，就是明
defilement.
天开始讲。
So
那么这个约
we're
束
only
的话
talked
呢，
about
现在这些
the
课盘呢，就是大家一
short
定要
explanations, and
就前后
later
的
on,
课盘
tomorrow
最好
we'll
自己
continue
好
from
好
there.
的这个分析。如果这样分析的话呢，我相信
I
我们
think you
这
should
次
try
呢
your best
学这
to
个
analyze
方
as
针论
much
啊，
as you
就是
can,
很多人
because this time
可
when
能
we
跟
study
这个以
Vichara
前
Tantra Shastra,
对自
I
己的
believe
这种佛性的这个存在呢，
when
就是
it
产生
comes
质疑
to
甚至呢就根本不承认。或者的话呢，
Vichara
从
Tantra,
来没有
when it comes to Buddha
这个
nature,
详细的观
lots of
察
people
过的
don't
就是诸如
understand
此类的
why,
这些
and there are
现象
people
的
who
话呢，
slander
我们这
because
次
they
呢
don't
就是通
understand
过这
why.
个文思这部论点之后
Therefore,
呢，
we should
确
take
实
this
一定这个
opportunity
消除就是
to
很多的
study
这种疑
this
惑和邪见。
text so
所
that
以
we can be
学习
completely
这个
purified from all the wrong views
这个大
about
乘报
Buddha
信论的话
nature.
呢，我觉得是
The
就
Vichara
特别
Tantra
必要，
Shastra,
就是
to
特别有
me,
必要
I
的。
feel
尤其是
this
我
is
们现
quite
在很多人从
necessary,
小都是生长在一些所谓的这
especially
个
for majority of
唯物
us
论的这个家庭也好，
grew
无
up
神论的家庭
in
也好，甚至
very
呢就是可能自己承
existentialist
认是什么其他这个
who
宗
grow
教啊
up
就是
in
有神
family
论的
and
这种家庭
society
也
who
好，
hold
或者
tightly
呢
to
就是没有任何信仰的
towards
这
the
样的这种家庭当中的
existentialism
话呢，也许
philosophy
我
as
们的
well
这个人
as
生观和生命观呢
wrong
就非常的
as
简单，非
philosophy
常
that
的
has wrong view.
这种粗浅。通过
Most of
这
people
种
who
方
have
式来进行这个
such kind of
分析和
environment to grow
对
up,
比的
they
时候
have
呢，
rather
也许
very
很多人就
coarse
是有重新就
idea
是建立自
about
己的一
sentient
个树
beings,
立自己
about
的一个正
Buddha
见
nature.
就是这方面就是确
So
实
when we have
这
this
次我们这
opportunity
个
to
学
study
习
this
就是这
this
个
text,
宝信
I
论的
think
话
we
呢，
should
对每个人来讲
take this
应该
opportunity
是
to
有
build
不
up
同的
our
这个收
right
获吧。
view.
当然是
And I'm
有
sure
什么样的
majority
这
of
个
you
收
will
获呢
receive
根据可能个人的
different
这种缘分
benefits
和信心
based
和
on your
智
own
慧都有一定的这个关系啊。
auspicious
有些人
connections to
对
it,
这样的大
based
乘
on
佛
your
法信心
devotion
也非
and
常大。
based on
然后
your
呢，就是对大乘
understanding
佛
and
法
so
呢，
on.
就是牵涉的是
There are
有
people
这
who
个
have
殊胜的
great
因缘，再加上呢，
connection
就是自己
to
的
the
智慧
Mahayana
呢，
teaching.
就特别的这种尖锐啊
On。top
这样
of
的话
that,
呢，
who
这里
has
面的这个
really
深
sharp
深道理的
wisdom.
话呢，就是
And
可
then
能
I'm
显
sure
而
for
易
this
举的
kind
就
of
是通
people,
达这
the
个通达的。
the
有些人可
teaching
能有
that is
些
taught
因
in
缘就
this
是不太记
text
住的
will
话
be
呢，也
easily
许可能
grasped.
没有那么的简单。但是呢，总
And
的
there
来
are a
讲，
group
就
of
是这样
people
这个
who
文思
probably
这种
don't
第
have
三尊法论教
a
义
very
的
close
大乘这
connection
个
to
论
this
点的话
text,
呢，
or
实际上
they
在
don't
我
have a
们
sharp
阿赖耶
faculty
上面
or
或者
sharp
我们相续
wisdom
当中
to
呢，
study
中
this,
相
and then maybe they don't have as much of a benefit that they could receive from it. But I think you should persist despite that maybe you do not understand what this sutra is talking about. At least it could plant a seed in your mind stream for lifetimes. After all, this is one of the most unsurpassable, one of the most important teaching in the third turning of the wheel of the Dharma.
如虚空不性，就悉为故无染。如是欲众生安住此无染。那么这里呢，就是用这个刚才不是前面讲嘛，就是用这个虚空的比喻来说这个如来藏呢，就是在凡夫阶段呢，从来的是没有任何的染污过啊。就我们表面上看到我们这些众生呢，有贪嗔痴啊，就是烦恼啊、业啊，就是都在这个染上嘛。但实际上是他没有这个染上过。怎么没有染上呢？比如说我们这个虚空啊，就是虚空的话呢，其实是它是一个无为法啊，就是可以说因缘没有造作的无为法，然后也是一个无有阻碍的非常细微的。为什么非常细微呢？一般粗大的一些色法、声音呐，这些都是对我们这个就眼根呐、耳根呐、鼻根呐，包括意识根面前呢，就是可以现前，就是可以成为这个根境。啊，就是所以他们粗大的这些都可以的，但这个虚空呢，就是它可以说这个细微，又可以说广大，又可以说无碍，就是这样的原因呢，就是它就让偏于这个所有的法啊，就是所有的这个法，它非常细微的缘故呢，它这里的细微就是它其实是它有一种特殊的特点吧，就是它可以就是变随着就是所有的这个色法而。但是呢，就是这些色法的这个性质，色法本来都是它有什么这个无常也好，就是无我也好，或者色法呢，就是经常有这个变化啊等等，这些呢就是从来都是没有染污过啊，就是这个色法是就是会坏的。比如说我们一个什么这个碗的话，那就是就坏了；这个画的话，那就是一会儿这个谢了啊，就或者说是这个茶呢就是酿了，就是凡是有很多无常的这种变化嘛。但是这些呢，就是对虚空从来都是没有这个染上过。同样的道理，就是对每一个众生而言的话呢，其实相续当中呢，就是都具足什么呢？就是这个光明这个如来藏啊，就自性清净的这个光明如来藏。那这个光明如来藏呢，就是它便于这个周遍于每一个众生啊，就周遍于每一个众生。但这个众生的这个相续当中的这个烦恼也好，过患也好，这些呢，就是从来都是没有染污过，就是自己的这个如来藏。所以在这个宝性论当中呢，主要是很多都用虚空来比喻。用虚空来比喻，用这个我们这个外面的这个世界来比喻。外面的这个世界来比喻的时候呢，我们要知道，就是外面是一个地水火风空的这样的一个世界。那么它呢，就是这样的一个缘起规律当中可以允许的。同样的道理，我们的这个身体和意识呢，就是也是一个世界啊。就按照释论金刚的观点的话呢，其实我们每一个人生呢，就是都是人生的一个世界。但这个世界呢，跟我外界就是非常相应。
Our world, according to Kalachakra, is just like the external world that is universe. It could then all permeate all the elements such as earth, water, fire, and space. From the conditioned aspect, from the ultimate aspect, in fact, it permeates all the sentient beings' own individual cosmos or world, so to speak, and that has never been polluted. So from this aspect, all the Mahayana scriptures described this Buddha nature as pure and luminous. As the sutra said, told this story that Manjushri told this teaching on how Buddha nature is completely pure, without any pollution. I think in the 8 Bodhisattvas biography, last year I was going to ask you to study the Sarah Kondro's biography, but I haven't really finished. I haven't really finished the book yet. Therefore, maybe you can study the 8 Bodhisattvas biography instead. So during the 8 Bodhisattvas biography, it describes this story that Bodhisattva Manjushri give teaching on this purity and this primordial unpollutedness resides in everyone. And then all the Sangha members, all the bhikshus heard this teaching from Manjushri. They felt that, well, if this is the teaching, then what's the point of getting ordained? So 200 of them then left. Manjushri did not feel heartbroken like some of the Dharma teachers will if their students would have left them. Instead, Manjushri transformed himself, or transformed, or conjured a bhikshu who went to this group of students who left, and then started asking to the 200 bhikshus, saying that, well, I feel the same, I don't like the teaching either.
像那个就一起那天在听说是网上有一个人
The other day,
准备自杀，就是他也想
I
自杀。
heard that
然后有一个
someone
人发现了，
was
就是
ready
他说
to
他怎么
commit
办呀？想
suicide,
救他，就是
and then
然后我给他出一个
someone
主意，就是你给
from
他这个
some
就
netizen
就发个
noticed
信息说是
this
你也想
person
自
was
杀，就
going
然后
to
慢慢就是这
commit
样
suicide,
就过来
and
就
then
是
he was really
结果
smart. He
他
sent
他
a
也
message
好
to
像
him saying
他
that I
不是
also want to
特别
commit
敢做，
suicide.
但是呢，他
And then they
好像也
started
稍微有通过这种
chatting,
方式来，
and
后来
then
那
they
个人
ended
都
up
已经救了。所以文殊菩
they
萨倒
ended up
是
chatting, and
就
this
发话的
person
那个
didn't
比丘，
commit
他说是
suicide
我也觉
because
得文
of
殊菩萨教的
someone
特别
opened
不
up
好，就
his
是
heart.
就跟我们有共
Anyhow,
同的感
it's
觉
just like。
然后
that.
他们就
This
很开心，
conjured
就一
bhikshu
起
went
这
to
个
the
离开。
200
一起
bhikshus
离开的
and
时候呢，他
started
在路
saying
上
that
给他
I
们
really
问啊，
don't like
就
the
是是不是
this
你们这个知识
teaching
不
given by
不太
Manjushri
像
either.
听他的课，还是呢你们用
And
恶语
halfway
这个诽
through,
谤？他们说我们恶
he
语的
asked
是没有
these
诽谤，我
200
们还
bhikshus
是
to
知识
say,
不像
well,
不
is
像
it
你
that
看
you
就是
only
自己
don't
离
like
看
to
而已
listen to the
啊，
teaching
就
given
然
by
后那个
Manjushri,
黄
or
皮就
because
说
you
那样是
slandered,
对
or
的，就
because
是
you
不然如果我们恶语来这个诽谤
used
这样的话呢，这不是沙门的这个做法，就是那我们还是
words
这样离开
to
吧。然后他们离开一段时间的时候呢，那个黄皮就
slander
呢
the
给他们
teaching
讲
as well as
啊，就是说
Manjushri.
其实
And
我
the
们这
200
个所谓
bhikshus
的
said,
信
no,
呢，
we didn't
应
do
该
that
我
at
们
all.
自己
We
也
only
值得
just
观
left
察，就
because we
是
can't accept
它有
such
没有什么
teaching.
这个白红青当这个颜色有没有，
And
然
this
后有没有
conjured
真实
bhikshus
的本
started
体
saying
啊，
that, oh,
有
that's
没有
wonderful because you
这
shouldn't
个
do that
密啊
even if
外
you don't
啊
understand
常
the
啊无常
teaching.
啊等等，就是他这
So
样
he
就是
started
就问他们
then giving
问
the
他们的时候
teaching
呢，就是那些比丘
by
们说
asking
是我们的
questions
信
such
都
as,
没有，
where's
就
your
这些
mind
都没有。
then? Do you
那还
find
要
your
他
mind
问，
has the
那
color
这
of
样的话
blue,
呢，
of
有没
red,
有
of
这个
yellow?
一
Does
个
it have
真
any
实的，就是
shapes?
什么
Do
这
you
个
see
验证
anything
是那样的这
solidly
个
that
法有没有？
existent?
然后他们说呢，就是
And
就
then the
没
200
有这
bhikshus
样
all
的法，
answered saying
没有
that
这样
no,
的。
I can't
然后
find
这个时候
anything
呢，
like
就是
that.
黄花
That
比
is
就
my
给他们
mind.
讲，那对啊，
And
就
then
是我
at
们
that
这个
time,
信呢，
the
好像看
bhikshu
来就是
continued
是
to
文
ask,
殊菩萨
saying
所
that
说的一样
in
的，
that
就是
case,
确实是
do
这个
you see
就空
any
性的、清净的、就是
perfect
无染的，就是等等。说
truth
到这
that
里的时
is
候呢，就是
truly
很多
existent
这个
as
比丘
well?
呢，
And
依
then
靠
the
一种因缘吧，
200
就是他们都
bhikshus
已经开
said,
悟了，
no,
就
we
是
don't see
他
that
在
either.
文殊菩萨
And
面
by
前没有
asking
开
all
悟，就
these
出去的时
questions,
候离开的
they
时候已经
then
开悟了。
God enlightened all
然后
200
呢，
of
就是
them,
他们都比
not
较
in
这
front
个
of
开心，就
Manjushri
最后
himself,
的话
but
呢，啊，那
from
这个
in
文殊
front
菩
of
萨
the
讲的
conjured
其实是
bhikshu of
他没有讲
Manjushri.
错，就是讲的是对的，就是那我们还是
It
会
is
去的。
only
然后
through
就
the
他们就
discussion
回
they
来
felt
了，
that,
回来
well,
以
the
后的话
teaching
呢，那
given
些
by
比丘呢，好
Manjushri
像
is
说是
indeed
商议的，
correct.
就开始这个脱下来，就是供养这个文殊菩萨。
And
啊，
then
就
all
是
of
可能
them,
200个比丘的商议
the
都。
200
现在有些
bhikshus
歌手
then
唱
took
歌的时候，
off
很多人就
their
拉哈达了，就
clothings
是最
and
后
then
有一个人哈达，
offered
就
it
先
to
一个哈达，
Manjushri
另一
as
个
an
人下哈达，
offering.
最后都是变成一块那个好，就怎么说啊，就是一
Just
个
as
哈达对，
nowadays
就是那
in
样的。
those
然后他们每一个比
concerts,
丘可能把这个
how
上衣的这
the fans
就
would take off
供在
their
那个文殊菩萨
shirts
身上
and
的话，文殊
then
菩萨都
throw
不
it
知
in
道，
the
最
air
后
and
在衣
so
服里
on.
面就是已经那个。
And if everyone offers
然后他
like
们把
that
那
to
个供
Manjushri,
养了这
Manjushri
个
would be
这些文殊菩萨以后
swimming in the
的话
ocean
呢，
of
就是须菩提
clothing.
就问啊，就是你们为什么就是不是你们已经证悟，你们就获得了证
Shupati
悟？然后
then asked
那些
them,
比丘呢，就是
saying,
说，其实我们这
have
个
you
没有
all
什么
got
获得。
enlightened?
如果有获得
What
的话
kind
呢，
of
就是我们
attainment have
不应该，
you
因为我们当时
then
出去的时候要
received?
想得到一
The
个获得，
200
就是出
bhikshu
去的。如果我们
replied saying that we have not attained anything, we have not received anything. In fact, there is nothing to attain. And Shuputi realized that they are indeed all attained realization.
这种挑衅的方法，你们谁你们就是这样的挑衅啊？
And then Shuputi continued to ask, saying that who taught you this teaching of mind of taming the mind or of watching the mind. And the 200 Bhikshus replied saying that, well, that question you could ask Manjushri. And Manjushri answered, yes, in relative truth, you have methods of watching the mind, but in the ultimate truth, there is no mind to watch and no watcher.
终身层面也好，如来藏层面也好，应该用这个虚空来这个比喻的话，那就是非常非常这个好的。因为在生意当中的话，那就是不生不灭的。但实际上呢，就是它还是像我们从这个精见量，就是在清净的量当中的话呢，它还是有清净和不清净的这样的这个差别。就像那个法部翻译的那个法身战，法身战里面呢也是这样的，就是法界也不生也不曾坏灭。一切事不染粗重常无垢啊，就是说这个
praise of Dharmadhatu, it says that unarisen is the Dharmadhatu and will never cease in will. At all times without afflictions, a stainless flow through beginning, middle, and end. It has never been tinted as a mundane being, as a bodhisattva, as a Buddha. In fact, it has never been tinted, never ever been tinted by all the relative dharma.
就是这个就是通过这个虚空来这个比喻，就是终身呢，就是具有如来藏的道理呢，凡是非常有必要。
So through the teaching of space or metaphor of space, you'll be able to understand how the Dharma, the Buddha nature is, and how it could reside in the mundane beings as well.
这个比喻还是这个如来这个。 报信论还是很好的。你们
I really feel that Uttara Tantra Shastra is really wonderful if you can ever taste just a little bit of it, have a little bit of glimpse of the teaching from this text, you will feel quite excited and really curious. But of course, if you don't, you'll probably feel really drowsy. The next one, it then talks about how the Dharma is detailed explanation of unchanging throughout the three phases, unchangingness.
每个众生都居住的，它是这个像虚空一样的长生，就是恒常不灭的。但是呢，在有法，我们有法是从世俗层面来讲呢，它还是现有这个生灭的。那这个是什么样呢？ 时间一切从空中生灭，如是无为尽。
How is it then? How can you explain it from the aspect of the elements? And then it says that all the way from the materialistic world, it says, just as at all times worlds arise and disintegrate in space. The senses arise and disintegrate in the uncreated expanse. In fact, all the mountains, all the rivers, all the dharmas that we could perceive, all the objects that we can perceive, they derive from space as well. Because at the beginning, that's the beginning, and in the middle, they would abide for a period of time or stay for a period of time, and then at the end it will definitely cease. Just as how in the space doesn't have any birth and death. Although all of these kind of phenomena would rise and die in the space, but the space itself doesn't have any arising or ceasing. Just like the space, this is Buddha nature. The sentient beings have their faculties, have their ayatanas, have their skandhas, and so on, such as human beings, animals. At the beginning, they were born through different ways, such as eggs or as babies coming from the womb of the mother, and so on. But after abiding or staying in this world for a period of time, they will die eventually. There are birth and death. But the nature that resides in them, that is Buddha nature, does not change at all, doesn't have any arising or ceasing. I believe the majority
就
of
是
us
所谓
have
的如
never
来藏
really
呢，就
studied
是
this
大家可
before.
能只要是佛教徒的话，大家都听过啊，就每个众生具有如来
To
藏，
the
都会说
Buddha,
但是
to
如来
the
藏到底怎么
Buddhists,
居
you
住的
probably
话
all heard the
啊，比如
term
说你
that
跟另外一个道
is
友说，
Buddha
你说
nature.
如来藏不是居住嘛？如来藏居住的话呢，你所
But
他
if
是
you were
以
to ask
居
question
住
to
在身
any
体
of
内
the
还是身
Buddhists
体外，或
saying
者是
that,
他以
well,
他以什么方式
if
来
you
居住？
think
你给我
Buddha nature
用一个
exists
比
in
喻来说
everyone,
明一
then
下
can you
啊。那这样的
explain
话呢，
is
你
the
可以
Buddha
用
nature
虚空的比
existing
喻来
outside
说
of the
明。
body or
然后
inside
它
our
在内
body?
在外，或
How
者是它
is
是
it
常有的还是
existing?
无
Is it
常的？
permanent
它
or is it
是什么
impermanent?
样的一个东西的话呢，在这
What
里面
is it
也分析的
exactly?
很好的。表面上
But
看呢，
in
可能你
this
们觉得
stanza,
这些每一个词呢，就
is-
好像呢
it
非常简
explained
单，就应该
very
好懂。但是你如果再去观察的时候呢，
clearly.
好像不是那么好懂。然后你再
Maybe
去
this
分
stanza
析的时候，
at first
哇，
when
就
you
是
read
就
it you
更难
understand.
懂。
But
所以
then
里
when
面
you
的这种
continue
内
to
容啊，
read it,
就是
you
这个
probably
佛
don't
佛
understand
经
it
和这个
anymore.
大
That
的就
is
是的他们的这些金刚语呢，跟我们的实践的这种
That is
一
the
般
difference
评判的
between
有
the
些人的
Vajra
这个
words
分辨量的
given
语言
by
呢，的
masters,
确是有
given
很大
by the
的差
noble
别。
ones,
我们可能实践的
to
一些语言呢，
the
刚开
mundane
始就
beings
是不管是
language,
从思绪方
because
面的还是顾问方面的，特
the
别难
mundane
懂的。
beings
一
language
旦
could
懂了以后呢，
sound
就精彩
very
而已。我
difficult
们为
to
什么
begin
有
with.
些
They
这
could
个
be
书的话呢，就看
filled
了一遍以
with
后呢，就也不
lots
用看，
of
也不想看，
terms and
也
lots
看了也没有
of
没有多大
different
的用。但诸佛菩萨的
grammar
这些
and
论
so
点也
on.
不是这
But
样的。就是
later
我们
on,
一个
once you
论点
get
的
a
时候要
hang
讲
of
了
it,
好
you'll
几
be
遍
able
的
to
时候
understand
还
it
想讲，
anyhow.
学了好几遍的时候
But
还想学，
the
听了好几遍还
Vajra
想听
words。that's
原因是
given
什么
by
呢？
the
因为
great
这里面
masters and
还
the
是
noble
有一
ones who
种与众
realized
不同的这个味道啊。
who
如果我们
who
跟
attain
实践的有一
realization,
本书
then
的话呢，
their
那可能
words
我
are
也不会
completely
不会这么
different.
讲。比如
After
说我
you
的
read it
像大圆满
once,
前
you
行和
want to
入性
read
论
it
的是一辈
again,
子
you
讲了
want to
好多
study
遍呢。
again
如
and
果我是
again.
一个实践的那个，比如说小学1年级的这个课也好，或者是这边的话，除非是我就
Words of My
每次都
Perfect
是
Teacher,
就
for
给我
example.
就弄这个班主任，除此之外我都可能强迫也不会讲的。但是我每次讲的时候，我非常欢喜，我也并没有
Words
想
of
象
My
我肯定
Perfect
会懂。我每次讲的时候，可
teacher,
能
for
里面有很
example,
多
in
道理
fact,
都不懂。
I've
所以
studied
这
it
方
for
面可
many,
能你
many
们
times.
稍微有
But
这个
if
修
it
正和
were
经验的
just
人
some
呢，
kind
就
of
这样
teachings
说了，
from
你可
first
能
grade
就
or
可能会有
second
一些
grade, I
感
would
觉。
never want to repeat it
那么这
again
样
and
的
again.
话，在这里呢，就是也说是这个实践的一切
So
呢，
that's
就
the
是空
power
中生灭，
of
但是
the
呢，
words coming
就
from
是
the
这个虚空
realized
呢，就是没
ones.
有生灭的。那这个一
So
切众生呢，就
it
是
is-
在如来藏
it
这
just
个
says that
界当中呢，就是就生灭，
just
但
as
是
all
它
time
自
and
己
the
的
world
话呢，就
arise
是没
and
有生灭。
disinter,
这个呢，就是我们那天
all the
引
things
用
in
的
this
那
world,
个
they would arise
见
and
会的
cease
这
in
个
the space,
什么
but the
大乘法
the
界无
space
差别
itself
门呢，
does
就是
not
也非常相同的，
cease.
好像里面我找到有很多比较相同的。这个里面也是讲这
found
个
lots of
如
teachings
一切
that's
世
very
界以
similar
虚空
in
契
the
机
Mahayana
就是
Dharmadhatu
实
without
践呢就是依靠
distinction
这个虚
sutra
空而这
or
个契机
shastra.
的。
It
然后
says
那
that
个
just as universe
诸根呢
arise
就是
and
也如是，就是
disintegrate
无
in
以
space,
未
the
生
same
灭
is
啊，
with
就
the
是
senses
那么这
which
个跟这个
arise
宋
and
词呢还是很多都
disintegrate
是
in the
比较
uncreated
相同的，
space.
就是一切根
This
的话
one
呢，
is
就
very
是
similar
也
to
是一
our
样
stanza,
的，就
isn't
是
it?
那么
In
就是
fact,
依
all
靠
the
这个
ceasing,
无为
all the
无为
rising
自
and
治
the
的是应该
ceasing,
是这个如来藏啊，就是无为的这个如来藏呢，
that
就是可以
is
这个生灭啊，就是这样的话呢实际上就是这个无为如来藏的这种生灭呢，就是确实也是
that is in the
非常这
uncreated
个
space.
就是有这样的意义。当然这个道理呢，我刚才讲的一样，就是有些地方确实是比较这个深奥啊，就是尤其是就是无生无灭也好就是尤其是无生无灭，就是无生无灭，就是在如来藏本体当中呢，像虚空一样无生无灭。这个道理呢还是比较难懂的，也是好像在那个文殊菩萨传还是在哪个里面，《大宝积经》里面也是讲的，我不知道以前讲过没有，就是有一次那个文殊菩萨跟一个天人呢就开始这个研讨嘛，就是研讨的时候呢，就是讲一些无生无灭的非常深深的法。那个时候呢，就是有500个比丘啊，就是500个比丘呢，就是旁边就是听到就是他的这个无生无灭的这个这种深深的空间。这个时候呢，就这500个比丘呢，可能就像我们现在一样，就是现在有些年轻人好
emptiness, and right
就是
away
有时候同样的一种见解。
the 500
那么
bhikshus
他们呢，就是对这个无
all
生无
had
灭的这个法实在是介入不
the
了的，就是
same
他们就诽谤和设法，
understanding
设法以后呢，就是
and
后来
it
就
all
堕
had
入
the
这个
same
地狱了。
feeling
然后这个时
where
候呢，
they
就是
felt
这个
that
舍利
this
子
is
就
not the
开始这
teaching,
个
the
观察
correct
文殊
dharma,
菩萨
and
不
by
应该传
having
传
that
你不仅
wrong
观察
view,
你
they
身
were
边
all
这样
born
无生无灭的
into
空性
the
法，你
hell
看现在
realm
这么多比丘
because
都
of
已
the
经
wrong
堕落
view.
了，就是你
Then someone criticized Manjushri, saying that you shouldn't have given this profound teaching to the 500 bhikshus who were not ready to receive such profound teaching of emptiness. See, now, because of your teaching, they were all then falling into the hell realm. And then Manjushri said that, in fact, in the truth, in the ultimate truth, there is no falling into the hell realm. So you don't have to worry. That's the first point. The second point is that, in fact, by listening to this teaching that they cannot accept temporarily, they will still be able to get liberated very quickly. When I observed their mind stream, if I were to let them take their time to receive the teaching when they're ready, that is going to take them a much longer period of time to attain liberation. So there are people who cannot accept such teaching, and maybe they will have wrong ideas and a wrong perception of the profound Dharma, and maybe they'll fall into a hell realm because of that. But still, by doing so, it plants a great seed for them to attain liberation much faster in this samsara. Just like a chronic disease is difficult to cure, but if you could make it rather quite acute, then maybe they'll get ill and suffer quite a bit very temporarily, but they'll get well soon as well. And that's the metaphor I thought of. By explaining that, and all the other people started saying that that's really great. You should have really taught the teaching to the 500 bhikshus. So the teaching of Buddha nature as well as the teaching on the emptiness, it is quite profound, and lots of people cannot accept it, cannot understand it and accept it. The teachings of human realm and how to attain God realm is rather quite popular in our world, such as how to accumulate merit, how to then become a wealthy person for lifetimes to come, how to attain the abundant wealth that you'll never be able to finish using, how you could be reborn as a really beautiful person, and so on. This kind of teaching is rather very popular. But the teaching that is on the profound emptiness, such profound Dharma, is very difficult to accept for others at this point. But this is still very important, because once you realize that, you'll be able to see how everything in this world is just like illusion, just like a dream. And that's all. They're just like a mirage. There's no solid existence of anything in this world. For people with wisdom, they'll definitely be able to contemplate and accept such teaching. And next one, we talk about the unceasing. Why it is unceasing in the Dharmadhatu. Well, space is never burned by fires. Likewise, this Dharmadhatu is not burned by the fires of death, sickness, and aging. Over here it says that all the compounded things in our world can be burnt, but space cannot be burnt. In our world, there are three types of fire. There are the fire at the end of time, fire of hell, and the natural, or over here it means ordinary fire. So the three types of fire. These three types of fire can burn everything in our world, but space can never be burned. We can never really, you can say that, okay, the house got burned down, this person was burned, the clothing got burned, but you can never really say that, oh, my space got burned. Well, if that really happens, if the space is really got burned, then it will be spaceless. Then you cannot enter such a spaceless place, isn't it? And there is no such thing like that. Doesn't matter how big the fire you lit, you cannot burn space. Similarly, in fact, the sentient beings are burned by three fires. That is the fire of death and fire of death is similar to is in accordance with the fire at the end of end of time, and fire of illness or fire of sickness. Fire of sickness corresponds to the fire of hell, and fire of hell or fire of aging corresponds to the natural fire. Not only human beings, the animals also have such birth, death, sickness, and aging. But does Buddha nature have all those four stages as well? No, you cannot say that, oh, my Buddha nature is getting old, my Buddha nature got some gray hair, and my Buddha nature is ill these days. You cannot say that. So this kind of metaphor that is given over here is quite crucial to understand. Once you understand these profound meanings behind the metaphors, then even if you only studied for a very short period of time, the benefit you can receive from such teaching is quite great. Just as it is stated in Udana Varga Sutra, it says that one who lives to 100 years old and never knows the nature of birth and cessation is inferior to one who just lives for one day but realizes the nature of birth and cessation. From the aspect of the value of life, I think by understanding the profound teaching of truth, by understanding the truth is extremely important. Extremely important, despite how long you could live. As according to Confucius, he said that if you could learn the truth in the morning, then you can die in the evening without any regrets. So the conditioned Dharma can be burned by fire, but the unconditioned Dharma cannot be burned. Over here, it talks about three kinds of fire, such as fire of end of time, fire of hell, and natural or ordinary fire. Without knowing the other two kinds of fire, at least we know how ordinary fire could create detrimental consequences, just as the fire that is burning currently in Brazil in the Amazons. Amazon forest is the lung of Earth, the lung of Mother Earth, and if this forest is burned, it could create detrimental consequences towards the whole world, the whole Earth. But because of different conflicts happening in the country of Brazil, there's this great fire that's happening in Brazil now that's burning this one of the most important forests. And I want to show you a clip of that fire.
巴西秘鲁与玻利维亚交界处的亚马孙地区为火灾重灾区，火势较集中的地区位于巴西的朗多尼亚州、马托格罗索州和亚马孙州以及玻利维亚境内。 目前大火已造成至少50万公顷的森林被毁，因为起火地区正处于气候最干旱的时期，更是加剧了火势的蔓延。亚马孙雨林位于南美洲亚马孙盆地，雨林面积达550万平方公里，其中60%位于巴西境内。亚马孙雨林对全球气候和生态平衡都起着举足轻重的作用。巴西国家空间研究院20号发布的监控数据显示，今年以来，巴西亚马孙热带雨林的火情数量累计达72843起，比2018年同期上涨了83%，创下自2013年有记录以来最高值。目前，世界各地网民已在社交媒体上发起了为亚马孙祈祷的呼吁，要求国际社会关注亚马孙森林大火的形势，并拯救人类的地球之肺。
拯救人类的地球之肺。
To save the lung of the human race.
大家也可以。
It is said in the news.
包括我们今天不限学运。
I think we should then also dedicate merit towards.
实际上现在。
Towards this disaster, this fire, so that it could pacify such disasters happening. Previously, United States take its country as a protector of the world, but nowadays I think every country takes themselves as the most important instead. In Asia, in Europe, in the America, it is happening like that. According to Buddhism, I think all the chaos that's happening nowadays is very much connected to the collective karma of all the sentient beings. But I think without having to distinguish where or who you are, where you come from and who you are, you should then dedicate merit towards all the sentient beings, towards the peace and harmony of the world, to pacify the fire, to pacify the anger, the fire of anger. And sometimes it is because of the anger of the inner fire of anger, it could cause the external fire to blaze. Therefore, I really hope that everyone could supplicate and pray and dedicate merit to such disasters that's happening in the world. And then the next part, it talks about detailed explanation of interdependent origination and explanation of the way generation takes place by combining example and its meaning and given the examples. So this part talks about the 4 great elements and the relationship with how the 4 elements reside within us and how it works within us as well. So it says that earth rests upon water and water upon wind. Wind fully rests on space. Space does not rest upon any of the elements of wind, water, or fire. In fact, all of our world is dependent on the earth, and the earth upon water and water upon wind. And any so all these kind of elements, according to Abhidharma, I think we mentioned it earlier as well, it says that in Abhidharma that in fact earth is dependent on water, because at the beginning when the world was forming, the wind first is turning in the space and then started raining, which is water, and then in the rain there's minerals that created the earth. That is described in Abhidharma. But as all the element is dependent on the space, such as wind is dependent on space, and then water dependent on wind, and earth dependent on water, then everything is really coming from space.
铸成的风大就是我们看不到，但实际上是
We cannot see wind, but wind is definitely a power, an energy.
就是依靠这个虚空，但虚空呢就是不依靠地球，就是这个。
So the Earth is dependent on space, but space is not dependent on Earth. In cosmology, and lots of scientists talk about the Big Bang theory. Lots of scientists talk about this theory that was first proposed by a Belgian scientist back in the 19th century, back in last century, 20th century. And some scientists based on that theory also then calculated and said that this world had the first Big Bang back in 18.3 billion years ago. But this is not archaeology. You cannot find evidence about the Big Bang, and you cannot really completely rely on such theories. Different people from different religions, they have their opinions and they have their ideas of how this world started. And there are people who are religious at the same time believe in scientific research and said that they both believe in religious aspect of opinion as well as the scientists. In fact, the beginning of our cosmos, or when we talk about how our world is built upon, this stanza explains completely. According to Mahavipolya Mahasamgata Sutra, it says that just as earth rests upon water, water upon air, air upon space, but space has no basis of resting. Earth in nature has no basis of resting either, but only has the name of resting upon something. In fact, this teaching is given, Uttara Tantra Shastra is given by Lord Maitreya, but the teaching is in exact correspondence to the Mahavipolya and the Mahasamgata Sutra. This is recorded in the first chapter, that is a numinous Dharani chapter. Also, it is included in the space chapter, or in fact, these two texts, there are the ones that is included in combination of sutra or translated separately. So it has different versions as well. This verse is in fact quite important, because then through this teaching, you'll be able to see how this world works. To understand more detailedly about how this works. In fact, this stanza is so famous, it is quoted in lots of the Tantra texts as well. I think we should try to memorize and recite the stanzas. That's very important in each of the texts that we study. And the stanzas that made the most difference to you. Otherwise, you're just studying everything in a way that none of them made some special impact to you. That is not correct. So I really hope that you could memorize some of the stanzas, especially this one, which is very important.
就是这个我们平时这个校正的话呢，就是也是很重要的，就是大家要这个好好的
The verses that we quote is quite important to remember. So we should then make a special note in front of them so that you can come back to it again and again. Then the next one talks about likewise skandhas, elements, and senses.
下面从意义上讲的话呢，那同样的道理。
The improper conceptual activities fully abide, rest upon the nature of mind. In fact, over here it talks about it has the 12 ayatanas and the 18 dhatus and 5 skandhas and so on. All of those are the polluted dharma. As previously we talked about how the earth rely upon the water and water upon wind. From here, we can then also understand the 5 skandhas and 12 ayatanas and 18 dhatus are all relying on the karma and afflictions, and the karma such as the good karma, bad karma, and neutral karma, as well as the afflictions. And how about and what are the karmas and afflictions rely upon? The karmas and afflictions rely upon the improper conceptual activities. So what is improper conceptual activity then? Improper conceptual activities are the kind of thoughts that are the wrong concepts, such as the truth of impermanence. You take the truth of impermanence as permanent. You take the suffering as joy, and so on. All of those are the wrong views, or the kind of perverted views. And how about this kind of improper conceptual activity? Where does this rely upon? It relies upon this clear and pure mind, this luminous nature of mind. The noble ones, they do not rely on any of the defilement, yet they rely on the luminous nature of mind. But how about the mundane beings? The mundane beings that's full of afflictions and so on, they rely on such kind of improper conceptual activity. But the improper conceptual activity rely upon this luminous nature of mind as well. This luminous nature of mind is not based on any of this adventitious phenomena. It is clear, it is pure, and it is unchanging. It is uncreated. The nature of mind does not abide on anything. It is not based upon anything. This kind of luminous nature of mind is not based upon any of the previous adventitious phenomena, such as karma, such as affliction, such as improper conceptual activity. Just like how space is not based on earth, fire, or water, the luminous mind is not based upon the improper conceptual mind or the karma or affliction. It is the same thing. I think lots of people do not understand how mind relates to Buddha Dharma, Buddha nature. And when you ask about them, about to explain further about Buddha nature, then sometimes they would say that, well, Buddha nature is permanent, sometimes they say it's impermanent. They would feel that they are very cloudy, very drowsy in terms of answering such a question. They feel that mind, Buddha nature, Tathagata Garbha, and the nature of mind, all of these kind of terms really makes them feel more and more confused. So by studying this text, you'll be able to have an understanding of what Buddha nature is. You'll be able to see that our mind itself is a luminous nature and is of luminous nature, and it is uncreated, it is not conditioned. So using the metaphor of space and water and earth and fire, I think it is really the best. In our 21st century, we can still explain the law of cosmology with this stanza after 2,000 years of this teaching. The cause and condition is not the causal condition of causes and fruition. It doesn't mean that you have a cause and then you have a fruition. That's not how it is explained. In fact, what it means is that in a dream, when you see something arise, the phenomena that appears, in fact, is still dreamlike, and it is still a dream, and it's illusion-like. So, with my limited time in the class, I'll just give you this much of teaching. But for those of you with sharp faculty and who are diligent, then you should be able to understand that the external phenomena and my inner phenomena are just like that. The teaching that's given by 2,500 years ago, the Noble One had already understood the cosmology and the truth. When the majority of mundane beings are still very much confused, they had no idea about how this world works. So through the external phenomena, you can understand your inner phenomena as well. From the external world, you can then see how it corresponds to your inner world. And then the next one, the skandhas, entrances, and elements are to be known as resembling earth, karma, and mental poisons of being should be envisaged as the water element. Improper conceptual activity is viewed as being similar to the element of wind. Mind's nature as the element of space has no ground and no place to abide. Just as how the wheel of earth is a result of water, wheel of water, and all the 5 skandhas, 12 ayatanas, and 18 dhatus are created or which attract suffering, and they are based on the karma and afflictions. And just like water creates such earth, all the karma and afflictions created skandhas, ayatanas, and dhatus. And just like how the wind, the wheel of wind, is the cause or is the basis of a water wheel, then all the improper conceptual activity is then caused by the karma and afflictions. Just as how the space is the basis of all but does not rely upon anything, the mind or the luminous nature of Buddha nature is not dependent on anything, although it holds it supports everything. People may feel that, well, if this Buddha nature is not relying on anything, is it going to fall off from the space? It cannot be. It is not like that at all. Buddha nature is not lonely at all. Buddha nature has a way of keeping a different lifestyle. You should not worry about the Buddha nature, rather you should worry about yourself. Maybe we should stop here today because we can finish in the next stanza.
tamche zurbanya tomna nibe dana panche kirgana jirano chuban subam zone dova Shobjayam jitin tagna kam shigim chul parajer Kayam apshin te taram yeravaram Samzog shanchabaram barasanjivshin Shobjagali janamam chamyalapa Te tagaja chirayonsa tag parajer Shanchab shangwan chonshig jervatan Sanji chijirabita kamarasho Shokchip Simchana Kanam Chanyala Pate Tata Namila Devarakir Doa Kanje Chuji Donamanam Tambaram Chirjariwam Daparasho Shanchip Sharpatana Dapsada Jam Doa Kanda Chiva Tambarakir Terabakantam Shampur Chivana Statab Danaratam Jambarasho Jarva Ganji Jisam Hopjirate, Zambo should buy on the Zopshilja, Salatamam Chirpa, Million Tagapa, Tagda, Manyam Jumila Chaparasho. Haye Kadalatan of Janakala, Jalama Tagda, Maye Kanamda, Doa Ganjeda Namam Chatambar, Tamchala Kata, Daki Chuftanando. Tesham Paralation Rapsunande, Shanchibasim. Namayam Jilmajer, Digpagan, Namabja Parajerpata, Teta Mali, Yosef Shambaresho, Litam Yolmab Delajin, Namalim, Jorjan Jitin and Nam Sayan, Chatara Palamochi, Machakapavjan, Yerda Nam Karatopa, Metarabshed. Jungum Chundam Shunam and Chatsam Barang and Song Dung Alarata Javar of Shid, Dewa Tagalam Doa Kamgodaja, Doa Tamjalalana Pamber of Shed, Shanchab Sherbai on Suds of Shidaja, Simjana Daka Jatam Tambaranji, Zambo Sherba Tagana Rapton and Jam, my arm Karabak and the Shopper of Jer, the game Shurdam Tomberakam Shuraba, the Tagatan. Do parasho, Litang Namatana, Simchija, Shurpa Tagatam, Olam of Shitavshel, Dagla Pamber, the bird, Dogbo, Tagab, Zambo, Shilpa, Tumbanam. Taya Tata Chaparasho, De Dagab Dagin, Namaya, Yadamayo, Sarji, Dijim, Kurim, Gumbo, Namam, Gumsamam, Tata, Dagin, Jaravata, Mam Karabak, Layam Baja Cherabja Jaravanam Jetambo Chumzan Jam Shanchab Shurpak and then our if she lives on both Shurpan and Barajawaya Maom Karabak and the Sheparabja Chalapatam Jalatayam Korwanam Sunamayishi Tana Mazalavni Taptan Shirabatam Zanam Tarata Yundan and Kanji Mazalam Sotajur
Darchitana Dalanyala Janamante, Jantar Samti Makab Sardanam, Sardate, Winab, Jipala, Shantabab, Shalabab, Jotaf, Tavarabji, Tetra Mali, Tamjula Shosaya, Jazamam Jula, Dixaman Zalanyala, Sardi Jamso, Janam, Jamso Dam, Karaba, Jamzuru, Jujanji. Son chiyan laga jamsu dakaleji jalwa kanayan laga namdapa doa kan jem samba chapjanaya sarje son la taqdam ji paravje tesamam shagpu jarwa tamjada tagam korlum sarnamaraptam korwai Mazalab lab loye tobjib dagjan rabdamji Maom karpatam chilenji parayan kachi chikib dagjam ji paragya Kayam karpate saman salte tag Kachi chashi jina jig parabshil Te samam shagba maya sange kan Te taga kachi chilab dagib tar Tagta te taga kanab shoyalala Jambar kirpa nam thara tobjimji Kayan te saman taga jam kolapa Te taga darji dantam ambara jab Te tara malim shognam tam chabata Jarva taga janam kolamji Kayam abjunam jitin rumanam Shanti beram beram sanjam korlom kor nyanganan di parat jam taratun gombo kanji ronta damcho kandam nirvim zumjulutun namada gani goye takpa top dagata kanda yondan shulpatun namada kanda chapa shamba takto kanim gimim sunama top dagata chakba me para kirpa yashi top sheraba tap tam zana top dagaki Shanchaba Donamayan Tagada Parabshed. Late Donamayon Takapshide Jam, Numo Tunamagandam Jambarabshelab, that yet Donam to Miller Abshide Jam. Zambo Sherba Donab Zagaparabja. Janama Jamso number Takapshide Jam, Simchina Jamso Tagana number Chunama Jamso Raptam Tomshide Jam. Yashi Jamso Rapta Toparabshed. Shurpa Jamso number Takapshide Jam, Mulama Jamso Yonsa Zagaparabshed, Sardi Jamso Raptam Chupshide Jam. Jamsuram Juf Jadparabja. Kaya Disam Sharpa Jaravaya, Shanchib Shurpa Molam Shetanam, Zambo Shurpi Shanchib Santini, Takanam Dagi Mali Zoparabja. Jaravak and Jetty Jetawapa, Kanga Mana Kantab Zamjipsha, Kiba de Dam Sombar Japur Shirer, Gawan, the Tagatam Chadaravno, Litang Artan Yirjanam Dagajam, Shurpanam Dagajanam Mayon Tagapa. Ngoa zambum ki pam chem dawa tem jarat dagjan de tam thon parasho kane ge wa zambu jab shirim jam khulajin molam de paraj ma om karpa kand macho warate Shurpa Dagnam Sanyula Magirji, Yundunam Jan Sabzon, me Parashop, Shapa, Tamele Palan, Neja, De Tagam Charpa, Tamchalam Salavarabja, Namkim Tartu, Kirpa, Chatsam Paras, Simchana Malim, Tayan, Divjanande, Chatsamade Tam, Yomon, Tajarapa, Dakam, Olam, Tayan, Tetsam. Kayam Shokji Jonamandai, Rimchina Gandhi, Jalavanam La Pala, Latam, Yeb Devam Chonamanja, Jangab Demyala Kaparam Padawavi, Kangim over Jerpun, the two names, Shanchavan Choka, Jisur and Moshan, Lanchigam Talapat Yerpana, so Namantambum Chotam Demjuru. Kangiv som shula molam am da tapi tinna ngan son tham chala pa varam ger tinna tropo ngan bar pa va yan nawam thai te yang dem nyaram thong te taga nyal param nyal devaram tho matsim dar ya te taga leg par on kandab zampo te an chandavar te taga ram par matho te bsnam ger Samilanga potaka digbana man kanga mashi wangi psipata dev zambo shilpan da jadana nirta mali osab shawram jir yeji dana zitan sanam da rita katwanam da dambaram jir da tamar tagama buti mataban jitin sambo kanam chuparam jir shanchi bisha wang zhong de dem niram do soni sim janam pam sharap dem degashte shanchi bisar jim korlo rabda Kur dan nama de dam jipa tam chadam kayam zambo shirpa modam dam chawa tan tun tam lognaya number mamba sondim chenam shancham chagla somnya mapshirji jam khulwa chitrim kimba dan kandab zambo te devjanante te taga kanje jisam dal hob sharar gewan da taga tam chadarat mo isam shirpa jerva tam chadjin mo akalam chagtam ngapate daka gewa savan dakana jam zambo chob sharar tam morabje dagnam chivim tivshir jirpanam japatam chatagnam shamsatte monsamana wam taim tem thone deva janje jantar rabdam ro tirsone na molavan dattagajam tamchalamalim gontam girvarasho tetagamalim daki osakam jitin chachala simchanam pambarvya yalva jim korav zanja gava tir pamotam bakhantam zilishje Nawam Taib Jervim on Samanda, Longtan Bayam Daki Tertubisho, Ternab Daki, Longtan Arab Tuvani, Terpama, Boshivam Chakjai. To chief Shokchanam Sayan, Simchanam La Pamba Mambovja, Zambo Sherpa Mulan Tombaya, Giwa Chonzala Daki Chapsakapa, Tenam Drova Molama Givanam, Kachi Chiki Tamchadam Jurvaresho, Kayam Zambo Sherpam the Mopim, so Namam Tai, Tamba Kantopti, Droa de Molam Chavar Shawanam, Ola Hagami the Panira Bato Parasho, Molama Jelbon. Tagam chokka som thaim ro akan la tham shiri chong pandab zambo jambu jontrvate nan sone namamale stomvar sanjir qasamamib shanlabatam chunyala manjar dimba shanlabatam Dimdana Mapchalam Dumba Shanlabachi Chatar Moa Molamanda Paresho Taliata Pantanajaya Awa Budana So High Bami Diji Doji Dunjam Japanam Revalera Valamba Karamantonon Ripa Hachim Shim Jimila Panzo Javla Suravan David Tidjar Gomba Shanlabanyan Laji Feel a chitam deeper Shinji Om sorta todol me rantalangar milet hanjavuru kim dipa bam jova sasama jarava jamzum channi jegelar shinchini bobo shiparsal namila jamzuru lomba nyam tagam jor tagpa yesh nawam chokzal jam sob shang hamu jipa nyam jir donki jibzin malam survandi katsi mandir durji shisav tanam channim zalpip shokjam korlo chabanyem daran chayal damsir samai Andi rang te chong jir jamni jadva thich da zammo tam thab dan tam chong jam chu nim thi sto ba ya mela la sam dim berim le dutun rap gem chan bar cher jam la pa sam dan garmem zambayem dep soji nim dar yong ka jan tat shen dib shavi tanam di var Taptanam Shamdaram Jeep Trashi Om
尊贵的上师仁波切、尊敬的堪布堪姆以及现